In the last couple of years, even at the state level, taxes have been cut. And of course, the promise was it was going to stimulate an economy and the economy would grow and we would have more funding, and that hasn't happened. The revenue increase we have seen is because when the federal government cut taxes, it actually meant that Iowa taxpayers on their income tax returns are actually paying more, because they no longer can deduct as much from their state tax that they used to. So now their local tax bill has gone up. So that's where most of the increase in new dollars is coming from, is because of the interplay between federal and state taxation. We have $215 new dollars. A lot of money. $215 million is not chump change, it's real money. But we have $322 million already built in expenditures coming into this next session in Medicaid and several other areas of the budget that we've already made a commitment to. So that new money is pretty much gone. I would hope that we can get beyond some of the partisan bickering. What we have seen in the last few years is a majority party that has really been wrapped up in the Koch brothers network and its funding. And they have ran the Koch brothers agenda through Iowa, whether it's been attempting to privatize public schools, gutting collective bargaining, gutting workers' comp, and the list goes on. So I am hoping that, that radical right agenda is done, and that we can actually start sitting down to solve real problems that make a difference in people's everyday lives. I would hope education funding is a part of that. And I say that because there really was a day that, regardless of our political parties or stripes, everyone agreed that educating and investing in our children was the most important thing state government could do. It was viewed as the great equalizer. And as we move through the fact that we have more jobs right now than we have people to fill those jobs, it means that there are people who are underemployed and unemployed. They don't have the skills. We need to reach down and help that group of our population to get the skills they need to fill some of those jobs so that they in turn can become more financially independent. I would like nothing better than to see that, to see fewer and fewer people have to rely on the state and federal government to make their rent payments or their heating bills or to be able to buy their food for their children. But the only way we're going to do that is to make sure that they are well educated, that we are bringing jobs to our communities that actually pay a living wage, not a minimum wage, a living wage, and that they can do that in a 40-hour work week, so parents can really spend the time they need to nurture their children and help them be successful at life. I've always said that education is far more than just preparing the younger generation for a career. It's also about preparing the next generation to be responsible citizens, to care about their government and our democracy, because there is so much at stake right now. There's so many problems swirling around us, and I would hope that we will continue to choose hope over fear. And right now there's way too much fear in our country.